I am sitting on the floor because there is so much stuff to show you today. I'm laughing because I am surrounded by office supplies and school supplies right now. I kind of like it. I have a lot to show you, so I didn't want to have to keep reaching in front of me. I also don't want to have to stop and everything else. So I'm sitting on the floor today. I boxed myself in with school supplies. So this is going to be an interesting video. If you enjoyed today's haul video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I hardly know where to start. I'm just gonna dive right on in. I love using Moleskine products. I have quite a few of them at this particular point in time. I love that they have variations so that you can get different sizes. You can have different types of products with the hardcover or the soft cover. You can buy lined or unlined. You've probably seen a few of them on my bookcase already. I use these bigger notebooks for creative writing and plotting more so than anything else. I don't really like to use them for school because whenever I'm writing for classes, my writing can get very messy. For these notebooks, I think they deserve to have nice penmanship, and when I'm creative writing, my penmanship tends to be a lot nicer because I'm putting so much thought into the words I'm placing on the page. Creative writing and Moleskine for me is a perfect combination. I love these. I already have a couple of them. They are flexible. You can use this as a bookmark if you'd like. It just folds right on the back. The page quality is unbelievable. I don't know what it is with Moleskine paper, but it is so soft. When I'm writing, my hand glides across the paper. The ink dries well. It doesn't really smudge for me. I think that is a big plus. It also doesn't bleed through the paper easily unless that's the marker or pen design. The paper quality for this is just off the charts. It also comes with this little tie to mark your spot, so you just feel so professional using it. When it comes to Moleskine, I think you get what you pay for, and as far as I'm concerned, their products are worth every penny because they are super long lasting, there's not a lot of wear and tear, and they are perfect for going in a purse, they fit in your backpack, you can keep them on your bookshelf. They just feel so professional, and that inspires me as well. Everything about this product deserves an A+ as far as I'm concerned. I love using this. I also bought 2 new large Moleskines because I like to use these for novel plotting, and I happen to have 2 new ideas. I also like using the ruled journals, and these come in a pack of 3. I use these to make to-do lists. I use them to hold myself accountable, whether it's filming, blog articles, writing, school. I like using these to jot down my to-do lists and what I need to accomplish. I like these sizes because they fit in my purse, but yet they're not so small that I run out of room for writing, or if I have a longer to-do list, I don't have to always go on the next page. The page length is one of the reasons why I prefer these as my to-do lists. Whether it's a short story that I'm plotting, or a journal article that I'm working on, or I'm going to give a presentation at a conference somewhere, sometimes all you need is a smaller Moleskine. In turn, I will dedicate one journal to one specific subject matter, and that really helps me focus. After being a student for a very long time, I learned that I need to compartmentalize when it comes to projects that I'm working on. These little notebooks really help me do that. Another higher end office supply that I really like to use is this spiral notebook from Kate Spade. I just bought 2 new ones from Amazon. I really like using these Kate Spade notebooks because the page quality is amazing. No matter what type of pen that I'm using, the ink does not bleed through the page. It does not go from the front page onto the back or onto a second page. When I am taking notes, I use different color pens, I use different types of pens, I use different color highlighters, and so having a notebook that will allow me to do all that is really important. Speaking of pens, I bought quite a few of them. I bought some new highlighters. I really like using these fine tip highlighters because journal articles tend to have a size 10 or 12 point font, maybe not even that. And if you are using something on Blackboard that has been photocopied a couple times over, the font is not going to be the best, or it's not going to be the largest, I should say, and these come in handy when you're reading those passages. I feel as if the higher up you go in school, the smaller the font size gets, so I'm catering to a very specific need with these highlighters. Have you ever had a teacher assign a reading and just thought, my eyes are going to hurt after this? That is precisely how I feel when my teacher assigns a journal article that has 8-point font. Also, when it comes to journal articles, I really like these pens because they stand out amongst a sea of black ink. Let's be honest, if you are reading something rather dull, having a bright color to circle words or underline can really liven things up. Also, when I'm nearly done with the paper, I'll print it off and then go through it with a fine-tooth comb. I will correct any grammatical errors. I will go through and write where I need to expand if I come up with an additional thought. So as far as I am concerned, these pens always come in handy. These pens write really big and bold. I don't use these for my notebook. My natural handwriting is already a little large, so having these outline what I'm already writing would just be a little much. I like using these to plot my novels on flashcards. This way the scene title or the character's name is big and bold and I can easily refer back to it later on. These I use only for a specific purpose. These pens from Bic are my go-to school supply. I always have a couple of these blue ones in my purse. These are easily the least expensive of all the pens that I just showed you, yet they are my go-to. They write really smoothly, they last a long time, and the color is perfect. It's not too bright, it's not too dull. I just really like using those for my everyday notes. I am not exaggerating when I say I use them every day. These Sharpie pens are designed for calligraphy. If I'm going to break my notebook into parts, or I'm going to place a title at the top of one of the pages, if there's an important name or something, I might grab one of these. I almost hesitate to use them sometimes because I don't want them to run out. I really like them. I'm not as big a fan of the rolling pens as the other ones that I've shown you thus far, but I do like to keep these on hand. Sometimes certain types of paper just need a rolling pen. The same logic is true for gel pens. You don't always need them, but when you do, it is nice to have them, especially when they sparkle. If I have a lot going on one week, I like to take one of these to just have all of the overarching projects written down. This way I know what's due when, and I can plan my time accordingly. Not only will the list itself be helpful, but the actual act of writing really helps me figure out what I need to accomplish. The same is true for this weekly breakdown. I really like having this for midterms and final season at school. Some funky post-it notes just to liven things up, and some regular post-it notes as well. I use and go through a lot of post-it notes. There are certain classes that I use legal pads for when I'm taking notes. If I need to be able to write things down very quickly and I know I'm going to be rewriting them later, I grab a legal pad. And if you were wondering why I'm concerned about writing my notes down quickly, it's because some teachers don't allow computers in a college classroom. The dog wants to play with me because I'm on the floor and I'm infringing on his territory. Like I mentioned before, I bought the 2 Moleskine notebooks because I'm currently working on 2 new projects, so of course I need to plot them out with flashcards. I also have 2 smaller notebooks for class notes. I use them for keeping track of names, places, important dates, phrases, and things like that. This way I can refer back to them later on. I also really like using folders to keep all my notes organized, especially because if you are tearing pages off of the legal pad, they need somewhere to go. And the beautiful design does not hurt either. I also bought some note cards from my school bookstore. I like having note cards because I end up using them whether I'm sending something home to my mother, or I'm leaving a note for a teacher, or if I'm writing out a thank you note. They come in handy. They're blank on the inside, so you get to fill them in with whatever you'd like, and it just looks so official. And it has the cute little envelope to put it in. I also bought some cards from Amazon because they were on sale, and I couldn't resist. I am practically trying to save the US Post Office by myself. They came flat, so you just fold it back, and then you have your card ready to go. I also like these cards because the design gives you the flexibility to choose which way you'd like to write out your note. Just saying. And last but not least, a gift from my mother. She knows I'm a Jane Austen fan to my core. And I love these postcards so much, I'm probably just going to hold on to them as a keepsake. And that completes today's official haul video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.